Hi everyone, and welcome to my Start to Stage video series where I share with you my journey from the start to going on stage at the Brisbane Championships, where I'm going to compete as a Masters over the age of 40, I think it is, in the fitness championship. I'm going to be in the bikini section. So I have been sharing with you week in and week out, and we are down to just over 4 weeks until I get on stage. And girls, I just want to say things got real last weekend. So before I tell you what I mean by that, I just thought I'd share with you today. I got my blood test back from my hormone doctor, so I'm going to share what they told us. I'm also going to share with you my weigh-in and measurements. I did those this morning. I remembered this week. And I thought I'd share with you my highs, my lows, where I'm going well and maybe not so well. All right, well, where do we start? So I thought I'd start with things got real. And I explained to you last week that I decided I was going to buy a secondhand bikini because we've had lockdown here on the Gold Coast. I was concerned that my girl, Nikki, who creates these beautiful bikinis, wasn't going to have time. And I thought, well, you know, as a mature woman, do I really need to be buying a brand new bikini? So I was able to discover quite a few beautiful bikinis online, but I noticed they were all saying the bottoms were size 6 to 8. I'm like, sorry? 6 to 8? Like, who has a size 6 to 8 at our age anyway? And so I was like, So I was going online to these women and saying, the size 6 to 8 bottom, is that like, are you like a size 8, 10 in clothing, or are you like a size 6 or 8 in clothing? And they were all saying to me they were like a size 8. And I'm like, okay, well, I can get into a size 8. Maybe they'd be okay. But it really was rattling my head because I was thinking, they're so tiny anyway. Yeah. So anyway, the bikini lady happened to message me and said, do you want to book in? And I'm like, well, do you really think you'll have time? Like, I've only got 4 weeks to go. And she books women up to 15 weeks in advance. And she said, no, you were already booked into the schedule. I've put time aside for you. If you would like me to create your bikini, I've got the time to do it. And I'm like, happy days. So we booked in last Saturday. And what can I say? OMG. So first thing was, you get a message saying, wear a G-string so you can try on the bikinis, different sizes. I'm like, G-string? I don't wear a G-string. And I'm like, I don't own a G-string. Am I going to go buy a G-string? No, I'm not going to go and buy a G-string. So I thought, I'll just wear my full brief, my natural color full brief, and as I did. And so I got there, and Nikki was probably in her 30s. She's a qualified fashion designer, so she's been to design school. And you walk into her little room where she runs her business, and it was like walking into, I'm sure, the green room of the Bold and the Beautiful. Girls, I was surrounded by sequins, fluff, color, bikinis. And this girl loves a bit of velvet. I love sequins. I love glitter. I love all that sort of stuff. Well, it just knocked my socks off. She must have had probably 30 bikinis there, like on racks, and just most gorgeous sequin and crystals, and I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I was like, she goes, so what sort would you like? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And anyway, there was just so many beautiful ones. And I went and tried one on, and then my eye caught another one, and I said, maybe I really like that one. And she said, well, that's actually a discontinued color. She said, I can't get those colors anymore. She said, but you can try that bikini on. If it fits you, you're welcome to have that one, and we can just do some changes. I said, okay then. So we discussed this G-string thing, and I said, like, you know, I said, in these bottoms, these girls were saying size 6 to 8. And I said, I don't understand it. She said, well, you're quite lucky that you didn't go and buy a secondhand one. I said, why is that? And she said, well, the younger girls tend to have a very brief bottom. I forget what she called it, but basically a G-string bottom and in the bikinis. And I'm like, and I said, I don't do that. And she said, no. She said, for your age, we'll go more of a cover. I'm like, that's what I want. So anyway, so this bikini that I loved, the bottom was, it's not great, but it's got coverage. And so it's perfect. So I tried it on. It's the most magical color, but I'm not going to share it with you until I get it, because I thought I can actually show you. And it's beautiful. And so we're just going to make a couple of changes to it. And I will definitely have that in time, she says. And I'm sort of hopeful because it's basically made. We just got to make a couple of changes, as I said. And so I came away from there feeling, oh my goodness, put on one of those little bikinis and you start scrutinizing yourself. And probably because you're underneath those lights and, the big mirrors and lily white skin from winter. And but anyway, as it is, I've got my bikini. I'm excited, but it really made me come home and go, gee, Dana, be compliant, and which I am anyway, but it really made me think time to step it up again. Has that feeling lasted? Well, it's been in and out. So girls, from there, let me come through to you with my food. So basically, I'm a bit boring. I love habits. And my coach messaged me and said, how's it all going for you? And I said, I'm good, things are on track. I feel like I'm going well and everything. I said, but my food's been the same the whole way through. And I think I've been on this program for like 14 weeks or something. So I think so I've been on it for 10 weeks. And I've only got 2 options for breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, mid-afternoon, dinner. So it's quite stringent. And I said to her, do I need to change my food? And she said, well, you're just doing so well. She said, I think we'll just stay with it until we do a thing called peak week, which I'll share with you when we get to peak week. That's where all the magic happens. And I'm like, okay. So she said, I'm just really happy with your body weight as it is. She said, I just feel like if we can gain some muscle and just lose a little bit of body fat, we're there. She said, so we don't really need to change your body weight. So I said, well, I am happy on the food because I know it. I don't have to think. I'm feeling sustained. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling good. Why fix what's not broken? So I said, let's stay with it. So that was a big tick that I stay with it. But I will say, girls, every now and again, it's this afternoon that I can get a little bit toey and I'm looking for something sweet. So I'm just going to share with you girls. I came across these. They're handy to have. They're called, sorry, you've probably seen that back to front, but they're called Quest bars and they come in different size, different flavors. But these bars have 20 grams of protein in them and they're very low in carbohydrates. So this one has 1 teaspoon of carbohydrate, 5 grams, and it has 8 grams of fat in there. So a little bit more than 1 teaspoon of fat. Remember, fat's essential though. Protein is very essential for me to be able to increase my lean muscle mass. And I feel like I'm having a naughty treat into the bargain. So I have bought a box of these for these afternoons when I maybe feel like I want to go off track. So I feel like I am going off track, but I'm not going off track. It's keeping me satisfied. So happy days to that one. So I'm not going to really say much more about food because I'm sort of there. I've got no cravings. I've got no dips. I'm just every now and again feeling like something sweet, but that's okay. It's not a craving as such. It's just like I feel like I could go off plan, but it's all good. And I'm actually linking it to boredom of an afternoon. I get tired because I get up at 3 a.m. and I can become a little bit lethargic. I'm not as great of an afternoon. So I feel like I'm looking for that something to give me a pick me up. And so that sweetness in that is perfect. It's only got 1 gram of sugar. 1 gram, like 5 grams is a teaspoon. So it's like a grain, no, a bit more. So that's the food. So the food's a tick. Exercise, the way my coach designs my exercise program is it's on an app. And I'm like, app, okay. So I download the app and I work off this app. And when she designs my program every 4 weeks. And last time she said, I'm not really sure of the weights you're doing. I said, yeah, well, I don't know how to put them in there. She goes, oh, so she showed me how to put the weights in there. Well, I'm happy as a pig in poo, because what it does is you put your weights in there every session you have, and it tells you at the end if you've improved or if you haven't improved, and it's quite motivational. So yesterday I'd done 13 personal bests. So out of all the exercises I did, 13 of them, I upped the weight. And today I did a leg workout, and 8 of those exercises that I did, or sets that I did, I had upped the weight again. So I'm progressing in my strength and my weight, and it's just the best feeling. I feel like my lower back is stronger. I feel like my bottom is stronger, and it is our foundation of our powerhouse. So important as we age to have such a strong foundation. And I feel like I'm getting there. I did an exercise this morning. It's called, I forget what the machine's actually called, hammer strength squat machine. And normally I do 20 kilos each side, which is 40 kilos. And I thought today I'll just start with that and see how I go. Well, it was like easy. And I thought, wow, I really am getting stronger, because I haven't done it in probably a month. And I was doing it easy. So I've had to up the ante to, I put on an extra 5 each end. So it takes me up to 50 kilos. So yeah, so I'm very impressed with myself with exercise. Just at our age, you know, we know we're going down the mountain. So for me to be able to be pushing these heavier weights, I'm climbing back up the mountain. So it's a really nice feeling to know that I'm still progressing even at our age, which is a really good thing. So girls, what I thought I'd go from here is, what did my blood test show? So for me, it's fascinating that I've been saying to you over the past few weeks, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling in control. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling on fire. And my blood tests from my hormone doctor have suggested that my hormones are fantastic. And that makes me curious whether that's why I'm feeling so strong emotionally and mentally, because my hormones are my friend at the moment, not my foe. So I just thought I'd go through it with you. But basically, she was saying that my vitamin C and my zinc are a big tick. So they're really fantastic. I'm on a progesterone and an estrogen and a testosterone cream. Estrogen I put under my tongue and it dissolves, and progesterone is a tablet. And these are all what we call bioidentical hormones, and they're designed by a compound chemist who creates them based on your unique blood test. And so we're going to continue with all of them as is, because all those levels showed that they were great. What can I say? It's like the first time ever I feel like I've said that. So it's making me feel quite happy that I can actually share that information. I'm also on a thing called DHEA, and DHEA helps with your hormones as well. And it's very good. So I'm going to continue on that. My testosterone, very good. And that helps with increased lean muscle mass. So that's a big tick for me. The downside here was I had increased liver enzymes, and she said that isn't anything to worry about at this moment. She said it can be a suggestion that your body is fighting a virus. Well, I'm not feeling like that. My dad had liver disease, so a little bell in my head has always been that I don't have a great liver. However, she said we're going to monitor it, and next blood test, if it's still elevated, we're going to dig and delve into that a bit further. So I'm not going to stress about it because that is out of my control. I'm just letting it go, and I'll deal with that next time, seeing what comes from that. What was interesting is she's also put me on a BComplex, even though my B12 was good. And I asked her why would she be doing that, and she said, well, sometimes if you're not taking a B supplement and your B12 levels are so great, she said it can mean that for some reason your body's not what was the word she used? I know the word. Basically it's not breaking it down, sort of thing. So if I get the word, I'll bring it back to you girls. But basically, she's got me on an extra B vitamin. So that's an extra thing that's coming into my supplements that I haven't been taking. My magnesium was very good. My vitamin D was very good. My iron level stores were very good, which is crazy for me. I lived my life with low ferritin and iron levels. It was 51, which is good. My B12 and folate was good. However, like I said, methylate was the word I was looking for. She didn't know whether my body was methylating correctly. She said it can, and I used to take tablets to help me be a methylator when I wasn't having good iron levels, because it is a suggestion that maybe your body wasn't what they call methylating. I'm not really 100% of what it means, but it could have been a reason my iron was low. But anyway, we're going to try this and see how we go. My zinc was very good, so that was good. So all happy days. And it does make me curious, as I said, as to whether that's why I'm feeling so stable emotionally, mentally, physically, because my hormones are, as I say, in balance. So that's fantastic. So really good result. The next bit I just wanted to share with you was, what did my weigh-in show today? Well, girls, it's just all good news, isn't it? I'm the good news girl today. So my weigh-in showed, last time I weighed in, which let's think about this. It's not the weight. That's why I haven't been sharing the weight with you girls. It's the body composition. How much body fat am I holding? How much lean muscle mass am I holding? And I want as much lean muscle mass as I can, and I want as little body fat as I can on the day that I get up to stage. So today, girls, last time I showed I had 14.7% body fat. This morning I showed I had 13.8% body fat, which is actually my lowest body fat level since I started. Tick. And my lean muscle mass, girls, last time was 45.9 and it's gone to 46.6. So I've lost fat, I've gained muscle, and that's all really good news for me. So I'm really happy with those results as well. So the only other thing I wanted to share with you is maybe what I could improve on, and it's my posing. I've booked back in with Mel for this weekend to redo posing training, and I haven't been practicing as much as I potentially could. So I'm back on it. I'm on the stilettos and practicing walking without falling over and doing my posing, and see how I go, and getting that confidence, I guess, for when I am up on stage that day to pose out on stage rather than be petrified. Yeah. So that's my plan anyway. So that's my goal, is to practice my posing more than I have been. And my other goal is to organize a photographer for around the time of this show, so that I can get some photos done when my body's in that shape, and with my new bikini, and because a lot of work goes into it, as you can see. It's a preparation. It's, you know, my workouts, girls, at the moment in the gym are up to 1 hour 20. And I said to my coach, Sarah, gee, these are big workouts. And she said, well, I thought we'd really try and hit a home run in this 4 weeks just to build on that lean muscle mass before we have to start pulling food and manipulating food that may jeopardize a little bit in our muscle mass. So it's worked because my lean muscle mass has gone up and I'm feeling stronger. Even Rob said, your bum looks bigger. So some girls would go, oh, they can't say that. But in my instance, I'm like, really? Because I've been trying so hard. So it was a proud moment. Whether it is or not, I'm not so sure. But anyway, so what was I saying? That I don't know. I'm back with the big bum. But anyway, it's all good. So yeah, photographer. So I thought I'd get some photos done, a photo shoot done around that time. Now, the only thing that is been popping into my head a bit is with all our lockdowns and all this chaos going on, will the show even go ahead? But hey, what do you do? Like, not be ready and it does go ahead, or be ready and potentially have wasted time, money, and effort. But I still look at this as not a time of waste. I look at this as a time of growth mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm now holding more lean muscle mass. What more could I want? Like, that competition, who cares really if I get up on stage or not? The only thing would be the bikini. But there's always another day. So I don't care. Like, I just think, Dana, act as if it's going ahead. If it doesn't go ahead, out of your control, water off a duck's back, let it go and just keep moving forward. So that's what I am doing. So girls, I hope you enjoyed listening a little bit more about my journey from start to stage. It's going well. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll jump in here again in a week's time and let you know how I am progressing. Have a great week and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.